All right, what is going on, everyone? Ged, how are you?
I am wonderful. Yourself?
I'm on like day 15 of this cold. I just can't seem to kick.
Huh? Doesn't sound
Yeah,
like fun at all.
no, it sucks.
Huh.
Sucks. Uh, but it does not suck as bad as Cassian's new predicament he finds himself in. As we,
I gotta tell you, that is some bad luck. Yeah.
so yeah, you know what the thing about the Empire that I kind of like, I don't want to say admire, but
be be careful. There's people out there that are not gonna like that.
yeah. No, it's like the whole idea of like the labor camp situation. You know what I mean, it's like instead of just having prisoners, just cooping them up in cells and giving them their like short little recess time and stuff like that. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you're immediately sent off to labor to try to do something productive. I'm not saying in this situation, obviously, people are dying, getting tortured. None of that's good. I just think I
Yep.
don't know. The theory in
Do you,
general kind of makes it
do you
seem
know what they're
interesting.
making? I was gonna ask you. I figure you were
No,
gonna be. I figured it was some type of ammunition or something. Something they need to
yeah.
produce in gross quantities.
I was looking at it and I was like, what part could that possibly be from? But it's just too small to like really figure out. I'm assuming it connects to something. I don't
I
know.
was thinking like a bomb, like a bombshell, like
Yeah,
with
and
the
the
spread
planet.
over wings, like something that would
Yeah, and the planet's What do they say? Narkina.
Narkina 5.
Narkina 5. I was not familiar with that name as well. If you guys know in the chat, feel free to
Mm-hmm.
educate me, us.
I
But
figured
yeah,
you'd be a pretty happy guy though this week. There was
there's
a
quite a bit.
certain person you wanted to see make an appearance. Your favorite
Well,
rebel of all time. So I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on
what
that.
Gentiles was in there?
Okay, your second favorite, but most radical rebel.
Okay, so let's talk about him.
Wait,
So
hold on.
in
Are you
J,
wearing my shirt and I'm wearing your shirt? Is
yeah,
that what's happening?
I think so. So this was a very Rogue One heavy episode.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I'll say about all the jail scenes are, yeah, the Empire is absolutely brutal. I kid about the stuff I was talking about earlier. The like the lore that they told to build up the correctional system and stuff like that. Like, even though it wasn't like the most exciting thing moving forward, but like they really thought through like how would these guys be put in jail and go to like a laborers camp sort of thing. So like I just
It was
all the
so good.
details and intricate was just
Yeah.
good, and how they keep them in line and how the guards basically say, hey, we're not going to carry blasters or weapons really because you're going to learn out real fast. Just you fall in line. And it's almost like, and then like the fact that they're making them compete against each other.
Yeah, they're
So
playing
that,
each other.
yeah, so the highest performing groups get like better perks. They get the food with the taste. Is that what they said? The taste?
Yes, taste and
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, the flavor. Yeah, the
You
food
can
with the
win
flavor.
flavor and taste.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. It kind of like, again, from that capitalistic, like we need to churn out as many parts and pieces as possible. That's how
Mm-hmm.
they're going to do it with their work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought the world they created was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who we do meet, and I know you probably didn't notice this, and this isn't the character you were thinking of, but who we do meet on his team is a man named Melshi, and he
Yes.
is one of the Rogue One crew.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so he's one of the crew that go down to Scarif. Other interesting fact about Melshi is you actually don't see him dead on screen. You don't actually see him die though, which I always thought was interesting. He's
In
one of the
Rogue
ones.
One, you mean?
Yeah, so when Cheered and Base are like held out in that little bunker door area, and they got to get to the master switch.
Yep.
And the Bodhi's on the radio and says, Melshi, come in. He's like, you got the master switch. He's like, okay, it's over there. And the one guy's like, I'm going. And he runs and gets shot right away.
Yes.
Then it transitions to a scene with Cassian and Jin climbing the thing. And then when it goes back, you see Melshi like dead on the ground. So you never actually saw, he must have tried to go for the switch, but you never actually see him do it. And then that's Chirrut's hero moment.
Yep.
Right after that, but that's where he meets his end. Yeah, so
Interesting.
so
Very
Melshi's
cool.
his inmate buddy. So again, that you're seeing him make these connections who are eventually going to be part of his his rebel cell going forward.
Yep.
Um, so other than that, like, yeah, we're not sure what they're building. I don't know how they're going to get out of there because again, we both there's no way Cassian spent 6 years in there.
No, but I do love the floor manager.
Yeah. Oh,
None other than Ulysses
Schmeagol
Claw / Gollum / Schmeagol / Alfred. The guy
slash
is everywhere.
Snoke. Right?
Oh, he is Snoke as well. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Wait, does he play two different people in the Star
That's
Wars
his
universe
second character in Star Wars. Yeah, when I saw it, I'm like, damn! I'm like, he finally got a role. He could actually like use his actual face.
Yeah,
So
he's the
that's probably
he's the Josh Brolin of Star Wars.
yeah. Yeah. So hats off to Andy Serkis, right? That's his real name.
Yep. Yeah, really
Yeah.
well done.
I thought he was great as a team lead. He's like, you guys better not fuck this up for me. Like, I'm so close to leaving. He's like, I don't want my crew in the bottom because he's competing against other crews.
Yeah,
and
243 days left.
He's all about that productivity.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Melshi, we got Snoke, we got Cassian in prison again. How he's going to get out,
Where's the money and does the hooker have it? It's still my main question.
Yeah. Is she still waiting for him to come back from his stroll to the store?
Yeah, like she's no longer a lady of the night. She is like a madam now with that kind of bankroll.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Hey, babe, I'm gonna go roll down to the corner. I'm gonna pick up some death sticks, and I'll come back, and we'll go for breakfast. You don't want to have
death sticks.
Yeah.
You need to rethink your life.
So it'll be interesting because next week is technically episode 3 of this particular arc. Now, whether or not they actually are, the first 2 were, but I don't think there's anything that says it has to be 3 episode arcs.
Yeah.
But breaking Cassian out, they're not really close to it. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But is the show really going to be enjoyable if it turns into Prison Break and he's in prison the entire time? Like, probably not, right? He's got to get other stuff.
No. I mean, because overall we're on episode 6?
No, episode 8.
Episode 8. And we think this series is what? 10 episodes?
12.
It's 12, okay.
Yeah.
So he's got to get out in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Has to.
Yeah. So, again, remember, we talked about last week and kind of theorized, like maybe Saw, who we'll talk about now as the other cameo, Saw Gerrera maybe has a hand in it. Or Buddy Karn here. What's his first name? Oh, I can't remember his first name. Yeah. So Karn obviously has a hard on for where Cassian Andor is, and they're tracking down his friends right now. Cyril, yeah.
Cyril. So sorry.
He's putting in these requests to what's her name? Deidre, the ISB in charge. So they're looking for him. At the same time, Vel and is it Jika? They're all following his friends trying to find him. So,
but Vel's trying to find them from a rebellion to wipe him out.
Yeah. So, and the Empire obviously wants to interrogate him. So everyone's looking for him. The Empire has him and doesn't even realize they have him, which is kind of funny.
Okay. Quick question on the Vel side, because Andor's brought up to Luthen.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. We weren't sure if his
did he answer that question? Like, does he want him dead? Does he just want to find him? Like,
he said he made a line that he knows who I am. He knows my face, like stuff like that. He knows what happened. But like, I don't know. Like, if he committed to the cause, like, why can't he be a good soldier like Vel? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, so lots of people are looking for him. So he's probably in the safest place right now, technically.
In prison.
Yeah. In the other side of things, so let's talk about Saw Gerrera. Luthen goes to him, has another mission. And Saw Gerrera, he's always been a fanatic and does things his own way, wants nothing to do with it. Just basically turns him straight up down.
He's the only one with a clear vision. Like, you are nuts.
Yeah. And I like it because he was kind of calm, cool, and collected in Clone Wars. Rebels was like more or less the same. And then Rogue One, he was complete batshit crazy. So it's like, where does that happen? And here, I thought he did a really good job playing the in-between.
Yes,
like, he's starting to get a little bit full of himself, but not. So he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to work with this guy who they're asking him
No.
to work with.
So much
And
so he told him to keep his parts.
yeah, and you could tell like Luthen keeps hammering home, "Hey, you're hiding in a cold cave. Like
Hmm.
shit's not going well for you."
Yeah.
And it's funny because he tells Luthen like, "When are you going to come out of hiding?" Basically, because I guess Saw has been kind of like the face of the rebellion right now because he's the only one willing to take action and put his name to it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that Luthen wouldn't claim the Adani heist to another rebel. Like he still won't. He's still technically
Playing him
scared and
close.
secretive, right?
Because
Well, not
he calls
necessarily. Yeah,
himself the coward in that
yeah.
conversation, right?
I don't know if he's necessarily scared, but yeah, he's very cautious.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. What did you think
So
of Cyril's interaction with, just jumping back to the Cyril thing?
yeah,
He went from timid to rather assertive rather fast.
yeah. He was
There's
just
something about
born
him.
with the Empire's teat in his mouth, man. Like he is so pro Empire and thinks he's making a difference.
Yep.
Like he's just one of those. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We need characters like that who like believe in their cause,
I hate
even
to
if
say it,
it's
I love his character.
yeah,
Obviously, he's a quote unquote bad guy in this, but I love his character. I think he's
yeah,
nailing it. Yep.
yeah. And he didn't really give all that much to Deirdre, but I think she knows that she can use him. And I think sooner or later he's going to get pulled into the ISB's investigation, and he's going to
Oh
get
yeah.
he's going to get a shot of like redemption, getting out of his
Hu-
desk.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing I thought cool was we do get the other cameo. We get two tubes in Saw's gang, buddy with the
Yes.
waiting outside. And we also see if you remember in Rogue One when they blow up Jeddah,
Mm-hmm.
you see those like really, you know, low budget X-wings, like kind of pieced together X-wings sitting there. We see the same ones in
Yep.
this hideout.
Yep.
So and the thing I thought was cool was when he goes to Saw, it's for air support. It's not like
Yes.
on the ground or stuff like that. So if
Mm-hmm.
Saw comes around and accepts this mission, we're gonna get an episode that I may be giving the illustrious 9+.
You are just dying for a rogue squadron
Oh,
air assault
give me some
X-wing
X-wings in
episode.
the air, assaulting, something on the ground, giving
Yep.
air support. I'm gonna love it if we get it. But it's teasing. It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
It was asked, and like I feel I
Do you
feel
think
like
do you think Saw's going to accept it?
I think he's gonna come around to it. Yeah, if you're gonna
Hmm.
introduce him like that, like I think I don't know. So we potentially got a little X-wing action coming on. We got a prison break that needs to happen.
What about Mon? Mon Mothma still playing the dance,
Yeah,
looking to her friend Tay to help release some of that money. He
it's
leaves
not looking
early.
good.
He leaves
Yeah,
early at some party. The daughter makes an offhanded comment like, "Oh, you're always here," and he's like, "Oh, I really like Coruscant."
yeah,
Like she's starting to figure it out before everybody else.
yeah. And the husband's kind of suspicious as well. I
Mm-hmm.
feel the other thing we kind of find out, it's not outright said, but I think we could all assume now that it was an arranged marriage.
You mean people don't fall in love at 14 and get married? You sure?
I don't know.
Because she said they came when they were
High school
16
love. Yeah.
and they had already been married a year.
And he made a comment on Chandrilla, that's the planet they're from, Chandrilla Customs or something like that.
Yep,
Why they were married. So I almost feel as if it was arranged,
absolutely.
given the coldness between
Mm-hmm.
them,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, so she had a party. She did her little cocktail hour thing, but there wasn't
You
really
still
much
don't see that
progress.
person that you keep talking about.
Which person?
The right-hand person to Palpatine.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's happening. I think they totally skipped over that dinner.
Which is too bad.
Yeah, I went back and watched it. They said the dinner was that night, so obviously we didn't get it.
That's really too bad that we didn't get to see that.
Yeah. We get more of Admiral Yularen now sitting at the head of the ISB table, so he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how like Dietrich pauses. He's like, "I'm listening," but he's like, on his space phone or whatever he was texting
Mm-hmm.
away. But yeah, you know what? Not really a whole lot happened.
I did love the vibe of this show.
Yeah.
It had a Bourne, Blade Runner 2049 kind of soundtrack.
Did you notice the music, the prison music? It was kind of like that,
Very
like
Blade Runner-ish.
futuristic, yeah,
Yeah, very
techno beats.
Dune-like. And I thought it suited the planet they were on really well. I mean, the musical score is just so good. But having that Dune vibe
Yeah.
to it a little bit. The writing in this one was amazing. Like I'm gonna rate this really high purely on the principle that like Saw Gerrera is such an iconic rebel, and even though he was only on screen for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
just an absolute dinger. He was so good. He was so convincing. He was so passionate.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Like I
there's
said,
something about this episode that really hit me. I loved it.
like Rogue One, I thought he was a little like almost unbelievable with how crazy insane he was, but this episode, I thought he nailed it.
You felt it 100%.
Yeah, like he nailed the right balance of exactly what Saw Gerrera should
and
be.
That's a tough character to play.
Yeah, because it's essentially based on the animated character, right? It's one of the ones that were, and it wasn't even a lot of animated time either. So he obviously took some things from it, but then also made it his own.
I feel like the actor in real life really like sounds silly, but like fell in love with that character, not to the extent
Forrest
of
Whitaker,
not to the extent of a Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. Like there was just such a different delivery from Forrest Whitaker in this compared to Rogue One. Like it was phenomenal.
Yeah, because
I don't know why I'm so hung up on this one stupid scene, but
I'm pretty sure Forrest went back and voiced the rebel scenes as well.
Yeah.
So he's done the character now a few times, which is it's cool to see someone commit to a character, just like Katie Sackhoff and Bo-Katan, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I'll add is now from scenes from the trailer, we have now seen, I believe, everything except for when Luthen's ship is trying to escape, and there's an Imperial ship that launches 2 TIE bombers. He launches out the red, lasers out the side, and does a spin move and wipes them all out. That's the only scene we haven't seen.
Have we seen Cassian in full Imperial setup?
It was that in the trailer?
Mm-hmm. Where he's standing in line because he talks about how they're so fat and satisfied. I don't know if there was a flashback to that when he talks about how he got the part, or
was
if
that during the heist?
Seen it yet.
Was that during the heist though? Remember he's dressed up as a
yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
There's
something slightly right field I want to talk about, but only when we're done this episode.
Yeah, I got something else I want to talk to you as well.
All right.
So let's just score this thing. So you go first.
I'm going to give this an absolute crushing 8.6. There was just, I think, you know what it is? It was the musical score. I think the musical score was perfect. I love the introduction to the jail, the specificity of how these people are incarcerated and what they're doing. I mean, time and care and a slight sickness was put into this one. It was so good.
It's so well thought out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't care. Like, we talked about this a little Kenobi. Like, characters just make stupid decisions. Like, no one's really doing anything stupid in this show. Like, everything is so
plotted. So that's a big 8.6 for me. You?
Yeah, so I rated last week's episode, I think, an 8.9. I loved last week's. This one is was a little slower. Just I love the elements of it. I just thought it didn't really move the plot forward like last week's did. So I'm gonna go. What did you give it?
8.6.
8.6. I'm gonna go 8.5 on this one. 8.5. I definitely saw it, and it's all the same thing you loved. I just loved the world building, like all this setup.
So good.
You know,
people wanted to stop seeing Tatooine. I love that we've seen so many new places, and
love it.
That the thought they've put into these new places.
Yeah, and like even though we just walked through the jail a little bit, like I felt like I'm almost on the edge of my seat, being like, "Oh, cool! Like, what's next? What's next?
Yeah,
oh, how does that work?"
Like floor. What in the actual? Floor?
Yeah.
So good.
The guys are just committing suicide on it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your outer left, outer right?
Did you see on Disney Plus Tales from the Jedi or Tales of the Jedi?
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about.
Oh, I just saw it when I was flipping through to watch the show tonight. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I meant to message you to tell you to watch it. There's 6 episodes. They're shorts. They're like
12, 14
10,
minutes.
yeah, 10 to 15 per episode. I've done 4 of the 6.
How awesome is it?
I don't know. There's something I want you to watch it because I
Okay.
feel like you and me are going to disagree on this a lot.
Okay.
Because there's an episode, again, me being knowing more backstory and lore than you do, I think
Yep.
you're probably going to love it. Whereas
Yep.
I have no idea what the reaction is to this episode, but they did something in it and filled in a gap, so to speak. That's a bit of a
Ooh.
retcon, and I I don't know. I think it when I think about it, it's like awesome and cool, but the other half of my brain is like, I don't know if I like it. You know what I mean?
You didn't. You
I'm
didn't want the answer.
I'm on the fence with the answer.
Okay.
I'm on the fence, and
I
I
am
might be in
super
the
intrigued.
minority, but I'd love to give you my take. And yeah, if you want to do that review, I don't know, message me whenever you're done. I'm pound them out, and
Yeah. I'll
we'll
be
get on and
back
talk about it.
Sunday. I'll probably bang them out Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
Obviously, not going to be looking at anything but road for the next 2, 3 days. Looking forward to filming it though. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might actually ask for your creative help on how to put this video together, but I can't be the only human that wants to know if you can drive an all electric vehicle home from the absolute tip of the Great Lakes and not die in a dead zone somewhere with battery.
Well, you got some cool shots on the way back, like you going down the Montreal River Hill, overlooking Lake Superior and stuff
But
like
remember, we're
that.
going
Like,
back US.
oh, U.S. Sorry, I keep.
It's like 3 hours closer to
So
go
you're going over
US
to
because
go
we're
through like
literally like, if you go up to Thunder Bay,
yeah, you're gonna go through like Duluth, Minnesota, and underneath. That's faster.
yeah, from where we are, because we're in Fort Francis, we're literally right at the tip of the Great Lakes.
Oh,
So it's quicker to go down to Duluth and cross through like Marquette into St. Ignace. The goal is to get to Ignace,
yeah.
uh, the first St. Ignace, sorry, the first night into kind of where the Mackinac Bridge is.
So you kind of fly under like through Chicago, Detroit, back through.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, yeah, I give you some creative help.
Cool.
And okay, that does it up for
That's
us,
it.
everybody. Yeah. If you have any questions for Ged's trip, fire him in the comments. He is going up very far north to buy an electric car and taking it back where there may not be very many spots to fuel up.
Yeah, we're using an app. I can't verify how accurate the app is
Yeah.
yet, but we are going to be using an app. I will talk about it in the video for sure.
He very well may be staying at a Shady Pines motel with an extension cord running out the window to his vehicle.
Might not be wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, that does it for us. Leave a comment if we missed anything.
Mhm.
And we'll see everyone next week for hopefully an electrifying finale for this current
Oh,
arc we are on.
see what you did there.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, everybody.